We have
Jonas,
oils.
here, I want to know this, Jonas,
The
because
same with the making the moving image technology. There are so many different tools of making moving images by now.
Yeah, yeah.
He makes
Including
really
all
good
the
films,
electronic
Jonas. Shall I show
varieties.
him
Or
some of your films?
Yeah, you can show them the films later, but because I've been an actor in like mainstream commercial cinema, and that has its own, distribution system and way of making money. How did the filmmakers co-op support the filmmakers of that time, like filmmakers that are not putting movies out in mainstream cinemas? How could they survive? Jack Smith died penniless, right? So how
Lying on a mattress on the...
Not true. He left on his table.
not true.
It's true.
It's
I
not
cleaned.
true.
I went into his
I
apartment.
videotaped his table.
The mattress was filthy,
uncashed,
urine jars.
Uncashed.
Oh,
check
sorry,
from
darlings.
the government.
But
You videotaped his table. What was on the table?
Uncashed checks,
$5,000.
government checks.
Oh, he had a stack of checks that were uncashed.
Yes, thousands. of dollars.
Interesting.
But he died of when
okay,
I went
this is
in,
just,
He
there
needed
was a
an
dirty
intern.
mattress on the
Footnote.
floor, urine jars everywhere, and I took the films off. And so
No,
even if you
Why
have...
did he have
I
urine
think
jars?
I
Did he have
want
a
to go
toilet?
to your question.
He didn't have a toilet?
He was
Michael
too
Jackson
weak.
had urine jars too. A lot
He
of
was
people.
too
Go to
weak
your
to
question.
stand up.
Toilet.
Oh, okay, we're having
He had
chaos.
everything.
This is
Don't
how we
worry.
talk. Don't be afraid.
Don't worry.
Don't worry. Don't be.
No, because
this-
co-op was created. Your membership card was your film.
Yeah.
But of course, co-op could not. Was not a product. Was not conceived to be a production company, only distribution, and. The only like 2 or 3 times we advanced to the filmmaker to pay the lab expenses, but then the print, we knew that the print will end up at the cooperative and we'll get back what we advanced. We helped, but we put the end to it when we advanced to Jack Smith up to $800, and it was a lot of money to
We
pay
paid
for.
his con...
Could I finish, please?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry.
To pay the
Too much
lab,
coffee.
To pay the lab for developing and making work print of normal love. And when he reached 800, he decided that he's not going to give the film to the co-op, and he's not going to repay what was advanced.
Which film
so
was this?
then
Which
normal
film?
lab.
And
So
normal lab.
we decided that I ended up paying them myself because there was filmmakers. I was responsible for using filmmakers' money to advance to pay the lab for Jack, and since Jack did not pay it back, I had to put my own money back to pay the film. So that was the end of advancing.
Okay, so Jack ruined it, huh?
Ended the production aspect.
I found the Con Ed bill. The co-op paid Jack Smith's Con Edison bill.
But Normal Love filmed for a long time, did it not? It must have cost a lot more than $800. How did he even?
No. We paid for because at some point he abandoned the film. But we paid, co-op paid all the production.
Do you have the
all the
receipts?
developing and
Do you
making
have the
the print.
receipts? Do you have the receipts?
I think we may have, yes.
Oh, could I see?
I think those books are at your office.
So then, what happened with Normal Love if he didn't want to show it with the filmmakers co-op?
And he abandoned, and when he died, nobody knew. There was one print, one part, 10 minutes that the lab made a double by mistake print. So, and that was with the cooperative, later it ended with anthology. That was the only original footage. The rest, I think Jerry's estate found some materials where the film was
Flaming
never finished.
Creatures, you mean? Flaming
No.
Normal Love only came out after Jack Smith died?
Yes.
was only shown after he passed
Yeah,
away.
well, it
So
was
he
shown
just kept
to
it
friends, but
okay.
no, it was finished by Jerry Tartaglia like a year or two after Jack died.
So I just read a piece you wrote. You know,
And the film was never finished. What you see is what footage was found
yeah.
after he died.
Okay.
He did
Camera
not
rolls.
finish the film.
Okay. So I just read a piece you wrote decades ago when, at a time when Jack had stopped making films and he was doing performances in his apartment building, and you talk about, well, first, your friend's car being stuck between two parked cars very tightly, and then having to like pull out and the person not even caring that they blocked you in, and then you went to Jack's place and it was about midnight, and then he kept everybody waiting for an hour or two, and then he would put on these performances, but the performances, this performance consisted of him just kind of rearranging the set.
Yeah, very messy.
And then
trying
pulling
to
people
figure
from the
out
audience.
something.
Yeah.
Pulling because the people that had to help him in that event did not show up, so he needed. But it did not matter. The way Jack worked, anybody could be part of, because you did not have to be an actor or performer. You just had to do what Jack tells you to do. That's all. So he pulled me in, so I was there, and it was big chaos, and nobody knew what, and I did not know what I was doing. Jack was sort of improvising as it went, inventing right there, and it was very beautiful.
I totally agree, and maybe part of the beauty and part of the sadness of that is that it was like an audience of 12, and like half of them were actually performing, and then the other half left. And so actually, like, maybe the only person that maybe really appreciated the show is you, and the only way we even know about it is because of articles like the one that you wrote.
Yeah. But Jack's early performances in the street, like in 1961, before he even made films, that those performances were filmed by Ken Jacobs. It was just him and nothing on Orchard Street or somewhere. Just
You have to
jumping.
see the world.
Quite
Yeah.
that footage that Ken released, made into a 1 hour long film with early, by using his 3D method. What Ken Jacobs does now is amazing. He's amazing.
Mm-hmm. And
The early Jack Smith performances in the streets.
Yeah. So,
with no audience.
But it was filmed by Ken.
Jacobs, yes.
And so
Workers, storekeepers, and that was his
And
audience.
little girls on the street.
what?
Little girls on the street. Everyone
There were some
participated.
children that
Chil-
joined him in.
But it wasn't
Yes.
just guys. There were little girls marching
No,
along,
children in
neighborhood
the
kids.
streets,
Yeah.
Do you have those,
Man.
the Ken Jacobs?
Yeah, I would show, I'll show you sometime.
So, did
Ken will let
Flaming
me see.
Creatures make the Filmmakers Co-op give it a place or a name? Is that what kind of brought it into public notice?
No, Filmmakers Cooperative was on Park Avenue South and between 29th and 30th Street, and there was a theater, legitimate, the drama theater on 28th Street between Park and Lexington. So we immediately rented that theater because it was closed, there was no activity, and it became our showcase, and that's where it was known as Filmmakers Showcase, and that's where Warhol's Sleep, we premiered Sleep, Kenneth Anger's Scorpio Rising,
That's where that premiered? Scorpio
Yes.
Rising?
So all
What was the response to Scorpio Rising when that when you showed it?
everybody, of course, liked it, and it was one of the early blockbusters of the
Was it?
filmmakers cooperative.